to the back, could you just take your seats? I guess too early morning for us, but let's try to get started. May I request all the panelists and the moderator, Utkarsh, could you come to the dais, please? Morning once again. I was told to start the session. It was supposed to be done by dear friend Dr. Nirmal Ganguly, but due to some personal reasons, he's not able to come today. And it's always very difficult to surrogate for Dr. Ganguly, kind of knowledge and experience he's got. But I'll just give you a couple of points. See, this is the industry which has really made a difference not only in India but worldwide, the vaccine industry, and we are really proud of that. But when you look at what are the issues happening, and there's a lot needs to be done. And I think if you look at the 6 points I could just put down together last night, whatever the limited knowledge I have of the industry, I think the clinical part is really very challenging, and something needs to be done about it. People talk about, we are suffering in terms of industry, the revenue, the employment, the GDP and the GNP. But I think the sufferer here is the patient population, not just in India, but, worldwide. So I know Dr. Ganguly and his colleagues, Dr. Bhan and other people are working on that. I met Mr. Pradhan, Secretary Health also on Wednesday in Delhi. And they are concerned. But I think if this group can come up with some recommendations, we have, highly professional people who have been doing it for many, many years. I think it will really make a difference. So just to start beginning, let me introduce quickly, because all these people, they are well known, but I'll just, so that that we have Dr. Nada. Good to see you again. We met in November in Delhi. So it's good to have you here. Utkarsh, good friend, and I know he'll do a very good job as a moderator. Then we have Mahima, and I need to get your name.
Dr. Parida.
Dr. Parida. So Utkarsh,
sure.
To you, please take over. Thank you so much.
We'll try to reduce the void of Dr. Ganguly not being here by playing a short video that he has so kindly sent to us. Is the video ready? Where's my presentation?
I apologize that I couldn't be with you because of some unavoidable circumstances. One of the things which strong message which I want to give to the group. Because of some unavoidable circumstances. One of the things which strong message which I want to give to the group is that we should take the value of vaccine to the people and communities. In India, until we build up public demand or community demand for vaccines, we will never reach the optimum in this area, and we will always struggle with the introduction of new vaccines. Efforts have been really made to go to communities at the grassroots level to explain them the value of vaccine. Hence, we should use appropriate communication tools and develop them to suit the different audiences in our country. The vaccine policy which has recently been adopted by Government of India puts in certain things which had hampered vaccine utilization as well as vaccine introduction. Hence, one of the major things which it vouches to do is putting up a strong AIF structure where the adverse reactions will be dealt with very quickly through global practices, and a decision for vaccine continuation management in the vaccines, and again it looks very deeply into the systems which should be in place, such as the surveillance systems which are sustainable, as well as the appropriate disease burden data set. Essentially, it looks not only in putting these things in place, it also provides certain strategies. There are 6 strategies through which the whole system will be implemented in India, and some of the strategies are already in place. It also talks about strengthening the decision-making processes within India for new vaccine introduction. I'm very happy that Senator Bakule has used the presidency of Mavi, chairman of Mavi, he will be very, very effective. I have interacted with him for many years, particularly when he was the chief of BioAsia. It's a long success story, and it has been a pleasure working with him in bringing the thought process of introduction of and development as well as creating capacity to deal with HIV vaccine pipeline, as well as the broadly reactive neutralizing antibodies. As far as changes in the vaccine policy, at this given moment, the vaccine policy in India is very new. However, there are few areas which we need to learn, that how to introduce vaccines which are needed for MDG Goal 4 and how to stop delaying doing that. I have gone through some very good experiences in introduction of rotavirus vaccine in South America and certain countries in Asia such as Philippines, and they have been able to negotiate prices which are supported by the government or the donors. One of the things which I will like to deal in the policy, alternate financing patterns so that the vaccine reaches the populations, and whether the vaccine introduction in the middle class Indian population who can afford to contribute for the vaccine introduction should be a part of their financial modeling. So it has been great sharing my thoughts with you, and thank you for listening to me.
What I'd like to do is run through a few slides for you to provide a backdrop for the discussion that we'd have this morning, which is recommendations and challenges. Perhaps it should have been the other way around, challenges and hopefully some recommendations. Hyderabad, as we all know, is the host to some of India's best known vaccine companies or enterprises. And indeed, it's very fitting that we're beginning our session here today with a discussion on vaccines. To just put this in context, if you look at India from a vaccine standpoint, we have over 20 research institutes. We have some of the best of the best, some of the oldest research bodies. As we're all probably aware, we contribute to about 43% of the global immunization programs in volume terms. You have manufacturers here who are now manufacturing complex vaccines. But however, as in most cases in India, we have the best of the best, and I don't know how to put this politely, but we do have some room for improvement as well. Unfortunately, a large bulk of our children are still deprived of the full immunization schedule. We allocate only around 2.1% of what is even otherwise a meager health budget to routine immunization. Our public manufacturing facilities unfortunately had to be de-licensed for GMP